What's up, ski team athletes? This is essential video 2.5. We're calling it 2.5 because we're going to go over the lunge pattern, both frontal and lateral lunge pattern. And those are kind of in between our squat pattern and our hinge pattern. So we're going to kind of take elements from both of those into this lunge. Now, most of us are familiar with the lunge pattern, but I want to make sure that we're going over it so we're properly loading ourselves with the right movement, right? And not overstressing a certain amount of tissue in the wrong way. So for our lunge pattern, some people get this one a little too far out. That's the biggest mistake I see, is people over-exaggerating this lunge. And you can see that that angle from here to here is really big, and the hips aren't really loaded, they're more stressed in the front. So we're just gonna shorten that up a little bit and think about loading the hips more than the knee, right? So we take a smaller step forward. Then I like to be on the ball of my foot in that back leg. And just like the athletic stance, we want to bring that into the lunge. So my shoulders are down and back, and I keep my upper body tall. Then I'm going to simply drop the hips and come back up. Notice the knee stays right over the ball of the foot, and I come back up. And again, I'm using that squat pattern that we used too. So I'm setting my ankle by drilling my big toe in, stabilizing that ankle under the knee. So again, using those movements that we've learned and building upon it. Right, so that's going to be the front lunge. Again, keeping the upper body tall. Notice I don't collapse the chest down. I stay tall in the upper body. And we're not excessively driving the knee over the toe either. We're loading the hips, coming back up. So that is going to be the front lunge. Now we're going to go over lateral lunge mechanics as well. So lateral lunge, we take a step out to the side. Again, we don't want to take too big of a step out because then that automatically kind of makes our chest collapse to get that range of motion. So think about just going wider than your hips. And from here, we use those same mechanics that we've been focusing on, right? Upper body is tall, and from here, I'm going to think about bringing my hip bone to my heel. Right? So you can automatically see that when I do that, just like our squat, my hips hinge a little bit, and I try to go full range of motion in that lateral pattern. So same thing, my toe is engaged in the ground, creating that big arch, and my upper body is tall, so I'm avoiding that collapse of the chest. Give you the other side angle here. And again, notice my trailing leg is straight. I don't have a collapse when I do that. I'm really trying to work that full range of motion in my hips. So you can see my upper body is tall, right? Trailing leg is straight, and that front leg, the foot is completely on the ground in a stacked position. So that is essential video 2.5, going over the front and lateral lunge patterns.